Hey, boys and girls, so what you need for this IXL is you're going to need your calculator, okay? Well, some of you may not. And you're just going to need to know how to make probability here. So this is compound probability. This is where you find the fraction of each, and you got to multiply those fractions together. So they want to know, what's the probability of flipping tails? Well, let's take it one piece at a time. Flipping tails would mean 1 over 2. And they want to know rolling. Well, that would be 1 out of 6, because there's 6 sides to the dice. So now we need to multiply those two together. So 1 times 1 would be 1, and 2 times 6 is 12. So it end up being, my answer, and I'll write it right here, it end up being 1 12. Okay, that's it. So find the probabilities and multiply them together. Like with this one here, we have, what's the probability of rolling a 3 on the first die and a 1 on the second? Well, a 3 on the first die, that would mean 1 out of 6. And a 3 on the second die would mean 1 out of 6. Okay, so you would have, you multiplied it together, and you would have a 1 in 36 chance of getting that. Okay, and I'm going to jump a level after this. All right, so let's jump up. Okay, let's clear out the picture here. Okay, so now it says, what's the probability of rolling an odd number on the first die and even number on the second die? We have to know how many odd numbers are on a die. So out of the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, how many of these are odd? Well, odd, odd, and odd. So 3 are odd. So that's going to be 3 out of 6 multiplied by, now they want to know on the second die, I'm going to roll an even number. So I'm going to put the other numbers must be even. So I have 3 even numbers. So that would be 3. 6. So then you could easily do that math. 3 times 3 is 9. Whoop. I don't know why it ended up right there, but 9. And then 36 on the bottom. So sorry, it looks kind of sloppy there. It's this pen, it lags for us, but this would be 9 over 36. Technically, you could simplify that if you wanted to, but they're still going to count it as correct. Okay, so that's how that works there. So kind of goes back to the other IXL where there's like little riddles for you to solve within the problems. But with compound probability, you're timesing together your probabilities. All right, so here's one. What's the probability of flipping heads on the first coin and tails on the second coin? Well, it's 1/2 for both. So you got to do 1/2 times 1/2, which would be 1 over 4. If I can type that in correctly. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this. Is going to be my last problem for today for you. It says, what's the probability of picking a pink marble and rolling an odd number? Well, the pink marble, if I was to pick out of this group, I know I have 2 pinks, and it's out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 marbles. So that's 2 out of 9. And now they said, what also, I would roll an odd number. So an odd number, we know that from the previous problem, is 3 out of 6. So this would be 2 times 3, which is 6. 9 times 6, which is 54. Now you could simplify that by 6, but I'm just going to type it in as it is, 6 over 54. Okay, could be 1/9 if you simplify it by 6, but that's okay. There you go. All right, so boys and girls, if you have questions on this IXL, please do not hesitate to ask me.